Alright guys, Jason Graystone here, coming to you live from Mallorca. I'm on the balcony of my villa here in Spain, and I thought I'd put out a quick blog. And this blog's going to be about expectations and being true to yourself. Anyone who's been a member of my live room for any amount of time will know that I constantly say, be true to yourself, be honest with yourself. And it's usually in the context when we're talking about backtesting. We're talking about spotting strategies whilst you're backtesting. I always say, be honest with yourself. Try and spot those losing trades. And the reason for that is if what you don't want to do is go out into the trading world and become hugely disappointed. You want to set as low expectations as possible. If you think about, you hear about the millennials that are coming out into the workforce now. They're struggling to find any satisfaction in their job, and it's because they've been brought up in a world where they've no fault of their own, but their parents are telling them you can do whatever you want, you can get whatever you want just because you want it. You hear about these stories where they've paid to get their kids through some A grade education, or the teacher's just given them an A because they can't face dealing with the teachers. And they've grown up in a world where they've got instant gratification. They get whatever they want when they want it. They can order a pizza online and they get it next day. They order anything on Amazon, get it next day. And even dating, you don't even have to go out and learn how to be swag. You can just swipe right and you've got a date. So they come out and they've got instant gratification on everything. But one thing that you can't get instant gratification on is building up an expertise, putting the reps into a market or into a job, and they become very discouraged because they feel like they're not having an impact in that job. I've seen it myself. I've employed many people over the years, and I find with the millennials, you get this, they've got this self-importance. They think they should be doing more than they are, and they become deflated. And it's the same with trading. You come into trading, people come into trading, they completely overestimate what's achievable in the first year in a very short space of time. And it's due to two things. One, the way that it's advertised. There's lots of companies out there selling a get rich quick. And two, the fact that human beings want the quickest path to success. So those two elements mean that traders come into the market, they think that it should be easy, they want success fast, and they get deflated because they find out it's not that easy. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to deal with that and how I personally dealt with that. And that was during my backtesting phase. Just be honest with yourself. If you've got a strategy and you're testing a strategy, make sure you go and check the losing trades, because they're going to be harder to spot than the winning trades. What you want to do during your backtesting is lower your expectations. Now, I've put out a video on backtesting, and YouTube are having a hard time processing it. It's been on 95% processing for about just over a week, but keep your eyes out for that, because it is coming. It's about an hour and 20 minutes long, all around this subject and backtesting, how to backtest as well, so make sure you check that out. But when you're backtesting a strategy, the most important purpose for that, other than to see that you have a positive expectancy and an edge on the market, is to lower your expectations. What you want to do, trading is hard enough, as soon as you start trading live capital, you want as low expectations as possible. You almost want to assume, you want to have your mindset you want to be in a frame of mind where you think that you assume that every trade is going to lose. That is the ideal situation to be in. That is the ideal mindset to have, because if you lower your expectations that low, you're not going to be emotionally drawn into the trade. And when you're backtesting a strategy, it's going to be very difficult to spot. It's going to be easy to spot the winners, because if you go through the charts, you're going to identify the patterns quite easily that you're looking for, but you'll only be looking for the winning trades. If you be true to yourself, be honest with yourself, and go through the charts, try and spot the losing trades. And another tip is, go bar by bar. because if you're not going bar by bar, you are just looking for the pattern. You're not going to spot the losing trades. So in order to spot the losing trades a bit more easier, go through the charts bar by bar, at least until your RAS, your reticular activating system, is popping those trades out to you, those patterns out to you, and you can spot the losing trades. So that's a tip for spotting the trades. Also, be honest with yourself and be true to yourself. When you see losing trades, don't start saying, I wouldn't have taken that one because I would have been at my nan's house for Sunday lunch. Don't say, oh yeah, but I would have taken that one because I might have got up to go to the toilet in the night. I would have checked my charts, and that winning trade, I definitely would have taken that winning trade. Oh, I wouldn't have taken that losing trade because you know, I might have fallen asleep early that night. Or is this an impulse leg? Is that an anchor leg? Is this an X point? You know, be true to yourself. Check the times. Would you realistically be in the charts? You know, if you're already in a trade, are you counting another trade that counts within that trade? Because in reality, you wouldn't be taking that second trade unless you've got multiple accounts. So the purpose for me, and the best tip I can give, is lower your expectations. Go through your back testing, spot the losing trades, lower your expectations. Then when you go into the market, you're going to assume that most of your trades are going to be losers, okay, or you'll have a realistic expectation going into the market. You'll become less discouraged, and when you apply live capital, believe me, you know, it's hard enough trading and becoming consistently profitable with demo account, okay. You know, and realistically, again, people take up demo accounts. They're not true to themselves. They shoot for the moon because it's not their money. They don't care. When you apply live capital, it's a completely different environment, a completely different situation. So tip for this blog is lower your expectations, do the back testing bar by bar, spot the losing trades, go back if necessary. We've got many clients who went back over their back testing to find those losing trades that they'd missed. It reduced their expectancy, and then what happens is when they go into the market, when they start taking a drawdown or losing trades, 4 or 5 losing trades in a row, they're not thinking, oh, this didn't happen in my back testing, so they just stick to the plan. It makes it so much easier to stick to the plan. So that's the tips for this blog, guys. Stick around because there'll be more out. I'll probably put out another blog next week, and keep your eye out for that video on how to backtest. And if you've got any comments or you've got any subjects you'd like to see a blog or a little talk like this done on, put the questions in below, and don't forget to share this with as many traders as possible. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.